Hey guys, it's Yuta. So typing in English is pretty easy. I have a keyboard. I have an apple. So you type A and you get A. And you type B and you get B. But typing in Japanese is a little more complicated because of the Japanese writing system. First of all, we have three types of scripts: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And if you want to know a little bit of history, it was because Japan didn't have a writing system for a very long time, but China did. So we started using Chinese letters a couple of thousand years ago. And that was kanji, which literally means Chinese letter. But there was a problem. Chinese and Japanese are completely different languages, so it wasn't too convenient to write everything in kanji. And that's why we created hiragana and katakana. And katakana and hiragana are pretty complete, which means you can write every single Japanese word in katakana or hiragana. So why use kanji? Well, I actually created a separate video for that, so if you're curious, please watch it. But anyway, today we use all three types of scripts. We use kanji for words that are originally Chinese or words that sound like Chinese. And we use hiragana or a mix of hiragana and kanji for words that are originally Japanese. And katakana for other foreign words. So a typical Japanese sentence would look like this. So, how do you type in Japanese? Well, to type in Japanese, you don't actually need a special keyboard. For example, I just use my US keyboard. And do you remember that you can write everything in hiragana? Well, typing in Japanese starts with writing everything in hiragana. And each hiragana can be represented by the English alphabet. For example, if you type A, you get A. If you type KA, you get Ka. And if you type SA, you get Sa. And when you type everything in hiragana, you hit the space key and convert it to kanji or katakana. But very often, the first option is not exactly what you want, so you keep hitting the space key until you find the right kanji. And many Japanese words are exactly the same in hiragana, but are actually different in kanji. So it's already kind of complicated to get the right kanji. But things can get even more complicated because it's not always obvious how to divide a Japanese sentence. For example, this sentence can be divided in two ways, and they have different meanings. And your computer doesn't know which one you want because it can't read your mind. So when it divides your sentence the wrong way, you will have to delete everything and try with smaller chunks. And you can actually fix it manually, but I don't usually do it because it can get pretty messy quite easily. And sometimes you make a mistake because you are only human. But then you will have to delete everything and start again. So it can be pretty frustrating when you just want to finish your work, go home, and waste your time watching cat videos on YouTube. And sometimes you just don't want to use kanji for certain words, so you write everything in hiragana, convert it to kanji, and convert it back to hiragana. I don't know about you, but I find it's pretty redundant. And sometimes shortcut keys don't work with the Japanese input mode. For example, in my editor, you can press S to split a clip. But if you are using the Japanese input mode, it tries to enter Japanese hiragana, so it doesn't work. And the space key doesn't work either because it tries to enter the Japanese space. So you need to switch back to the English input mode, edit your clips, and switch back to the Japanese input mode to put some Japanese subtitles. You may think it's a small thing, but it's pretty annoying when you're trying to concentrate on your work. So that's how you type in Japanese, but don't tell this to Japanese people because